Welcome, Chivaverse travelers. Tons to talk about today. The comeback, the doctor, and the Tapa UDG Derby. Triple ties them all. See you in a sec. Good afternoon, Mr. and Mrs. Latino America, and all you Chiva hermanos and Chiva hermanas around the globe. All you mothers and misters, Chiva brothers and sisters. Welcome to We Go Chew Live. We're transmitting directly from La Perla Tapatía, home to the most glorious of teams, El Club Deportivo Guadalajara. Welcome, everyone, to We Go Chew Live. On my behalf and on behalf of my co-host, Gabi, ¿cómo estás?
Hi, Robert, and hi, everybody that's already starting the Chivas conversation in the chat. So happy to be back here. Excuse me. So much information to share with you. It's a tie Rojiblanco day for all the Chivas squads. We're going to talk, of course, a lot about that coming soon. And remember that this show is created especially for all our Chiva hermanos that speak mostly in English, as you can see right here with Chivas TV. We're official. If you want everything in Espanol, remember you can follow Noti Chivas. That is exactly the same thing, but this one is in English. But we speak Chivas, English, Spanish, Spanglish, you name it, because we speak Chivas. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Alfredo, how are you, my friend?
Hi, Gabi. Hi, Robert. Hi, Chiva hermanos. Doing pretty well. Very excited to be here with you guys on this Wednesday, middle of the week. Already with whatever happened on the weekend already behind us. Last minute tie coming back from a 3-0 for the guys. The girls also tied, however, against Rayadas, which is always a strong team. We have information on El Tapatío. We have information pretty much on everything regarding the Chivaverse. Of course, all the preview, everything that you need to know ahead of Chivas Cruz Azul. There is no tomorrow for El Rebaño, and we gotta start adding up 3. Hello to everyone in the comment section, to Curtis Williams, to Sammy Lozada, Walter Ramirez, Jordan Baez. Hello to all the Chiva hermanos who are in the house, and of course to everyone watching us on the Telemundo digital platforms.
That's right, everybody.
Back to you, Robert.
Sir. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Que estresante. What a stressful weekend, my friends. It was difficult for me. I guess it was difficult for everybody else out there in the Chivaverse, including the Zooms. It was madness. But glass half full. We came back, and we came back strong. Gabi, ¿cómo viste a nuestros Chivas allá en la frontera? What did you guys think about what happened over there?
I'm still catching my breath. I have to be completely honest. I actually posted something on Twitter like, hey, how is everybody doing right now? Like, that was stressful. And it was kind of heartbreaking at some point because I was like, this is not possible. Another penalty kick? No, this is not happening. But yeah, we talk about resilience and how Chivas hearts is so big, and how if we talk about teamwork, and I know sometimes it could be like, it's kind of pretty late, but it's actually not. And again, taking the glass half full statement of always positive and smiley Roberto Amorelli, it's like, yeah, that is exactly what we saw. And of course, we're going to talk deeply about what happened in that last game. Again, I'm still like catching my breath, and I had like this whole roller coaster of emotions. I was upset, I was happy, I was hopeful. I was like, in that last play where we could have got those 3 points, oh my goodness, like it's still very fresh. So everybody, please let us know in the comment section, what do you think about that last game? And yeah, I mean, stressful. In one word, stressful.
I could not say it again. Hey, actually, we can invent this stuff. Saquen su Chiva Stress in the chat, okay? Share your Chiva Stress.
What's the level of Chiva Stress right now?
Let's do it. I remember John Lennon one day, he was talking about the Beatles back in Hamburg. He was having a horrible time. They didn't have anything to eat. They didn't have money to pay the rent. And they were writing a song that actually became a hit afterwards. And they said, "Hey, how are you doing, John?" And he said, "It can't get no worse."
Right.
The only way from here is up. There's no down from this place. Okay. So let's just keep the Chiva vibe positive, man. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. It was a crappy first half, but I don't know. Alfredo, what did you think about that second half comeback, my brother?
Yes, as you said, Robert, and quoting Mr. Lennon, who of course was very wise. What about if those 15 minutes towards the end, if those 15, 20 minutes, what we saw at the end of the game in La Frontera, what about if that is the uplifting, if that is the up rocketing for this team? Because, such as the day of Atlético San Luis, where we managed to display magnificent football when we were coming back that game. We gotta say that we were speaking this before the show, that el equipo cuando quiere puede. When the team feels that urge of going forward, with plays well organized as well, respecting whatever Milito told them to do. I think that the team has shown that it has enough power to eventually get behind any circumstances, right? And what painted as a, because with the 3-0, it didn't only look like a rough loss, but it also looked like a rough season. And after what we saw towards the end, I hope that the team that showcases, especially the team who are the ones who play and gotta believe the most. Let's hope that's a punto de inflexión, as we would say in Spanish, a turning point, and hopefully it's the beginning of something positive.
That's true. I agree with that. Do you agree with that, Gabi? Is this the crossroads? Is this the inflection point? Is this where the foi will be liberated?
I mean, but why do we have to suffer this much? Like, that is like what I know. We always say this. We have the players, we have the system, we have the coach, we have the management, we have the talent. Like, what is going on? And as you were saying, it was a crappy first half. Like, and I mean, it could have been 4 goals against us very early on. Like, it could have been disaster. But yes, we have what it takes. Okay, taking that phrase, Alfredo, cuando se quiere se puede. I agree. But why does it have to be this tortuous? Like, it cannot get to this point. And again, it's going to get tougher from now on. Tougher. Cholos shouldn't have been this hard to begin with. It should. And again, we're facing defensive mistakes. We had a call against us. Sala was brilliant, but again, he cannot do it all. I mean, and I said, I don't want production to come for me, but I want to stay as positive as I can. Sometimes it's like hard, and you're like, you see things like Hormiga, or you see that free kick from Efrain Alvarez, which, oh my goodness, how I screamed that goal. And then Roberto Alvarado, with that incredible genius that he has in his leg, and that it was just like the soul came back to my body. But why does it have to be that way? Why?
That Chiva spirit came out, and it just was an explosion. And that's right. And I'm not going to even talk about that R-rated conversation we were having in the chat. Gabi, you and I, we were just
we were
rowdy. We were just like,
we were venting.
We were venting. I wanted to turn off the TV. Actually, I did. And then I came back. And then I turned it off again. And I came back. It was like, it's a sick relationship.
I mean, at the end of the day, remember, guys, and everybody in the chat, yes, we are wearing this. And we are in front of this camera. But first and foremost, we're fans.
That's right.
So we cannot stop like having this kind of reaction, But yeah, I mean, again, looking at the glass half full, right now, it's not a loss. We had 1 point against a game that looked completely out of our hands, but we got it, and we got that point, and we can see that we are capable of. Robert, back to you.
Thank you. Let's actually go to Milito. Let's see what he had to say about his rebaño.
Tal y como se dio el partido, no era fácil remontar un 3-0 y el equipo con mucho orgullo y buscando en todo momento lo pudo conseguir. Podía haber sido peor, podía haber sido derrota, sin embargo empatamos. No vinimos a empatar, pero por cómo se dio el trámite rescatamos un punto. Bueno, la lesión inmediata, ni bien comienza el partido de Richie Ledesma, es una baja importante que vamos a tener, veremos el tiempo que le demandará la recuperación. En ese momento elegimos que lo reemplazara Alan Mozo, que conoce muy bien esa función y lo hizo bien, pero claro, íbamos perdiendo y necesitábamos más extremos que carrileros, ¿no? O sea, jugadores con más características de uno contra uno, porque los espacios entendíamos que iban a estar más por fuera que por adentro. Bueno, me gusta que seamos un equipo mucho más sólido de lo que lo estamos haciendo. Cometemos errores totalmente evitables por la calidad de nuestros jugadores. Al final, si atacás mal y jugando con 3 defensores mano a mano contra jugadores tan veloces, es un riesgo, aumenta el riesgo de que te ataquen, pero también nos veíamos con la necesidad yo por lo menos, de sentir la necesidad de asumir esos riesgos para empatar el partido y a ver si podíamos ganar. Esto lo digo ya con 1-0. Pero bueno, comenzamos mal el partido, perdiendo, y comenzamos mal el segundo tiempo, que también muy pronto nos meten el segundo. Bueno, eso un poco fue el partido, pero destaco el orgullo del equipo para atacar, mejor, peor, pero siempre estuvimos en la búsqueda de hacer goles.
Alfredo, if body language could talk, what do you get from these words, my brother? What do you think of his analysis?
Hello?
Hello, Alfredo.
Hello?
I think we've lost Alfredo's audio. Well, Gabi,
Yes, sir.
it's like I got ghosted.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But let's talk about that. I mean, what up with his El Profe is such a happy person.
Yeah, but I mean, he was calm and collected at the
Yes.
press conference. But at the gate, like, you could see his face, like, just like dropping, like his heart dropping. And I mean, come on. Again, as fans, if we were like completely hopeless, I cannot believe, like, you state a game, you state a strategy, you have the conditions, you play your game, right? And sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's fair. It's sports, it happens. But again, it's like we should not only rely on the heart and the spirit and on the good vibe and the good aura of our team, which we know we are the greatest in the entire country. But that should be a bonus. You know what I mean? Like, we should rely on talent, on capabilities, and everything else that we know we have. That's the thing. We know we have the players. Like, we've been seeing again and again and again, Hormiga coming through, Efraín Alvarez coming through. Piojo Alvarado, that we've talked about, like, he hasn't had like the best games, but this one was different. He just came back with a goal again. It's just about confidence and about what we as a team, as a whole, as an institution, we are allowed to do. It stands for crying out loud. We're all red and white. Like, what needs to happen? What needs to happen? And again, it's bad luck, bad calls, you name it. But in this case, we came through. And Chivas showed what they are made of. And I am pretty sure that with all the hard trials that are coming, like, shortly, right?
Saturday.
Yes, and it's going to get tougher from now on. And I've been saying this, and I don't want to be a Grinch because production is going to come for me. But I'm stating I'm being positive, but it's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher and tougher. So yeah.
It is. It's actually. Why don't we move on and talk about Cruz Azul a little bit then?
Okay.
So Alfredo, what do you think, my friends? What's going to happen? What are we going to see at the Akron on Saturday, my brother?
Yes, it's speaking about getting tougher. We're gonna face an opponent who is high up the table, third place for Cruz Azul at the moment after disputing 6 matches, 14 points, four wins, 2 ties, and they are unbeaten so far in this Apertura 2025. Hopefully, they lose that unbeaten when they visit Estadio Akron this weekend. But yeah, it's 13 goals scored, only 7 against for La Máquina. So they're doing well. As Gabi said, it's gonna get tougher. Let's see if Chivas, go strong against these big teams. It's Chivas Cruz Azul. Yeah, of course, it's not a clásico. We're not gonna put it in that category, but it's always a big game. Two historics of Mexican football, and with the Akron Pact, I'm hoping to see the best version of Chivas. I'm hoping to see the team well connected with each other, believing in themselves, especially after that is halfway comeback that we had the other day in Tijuana. So I'm expecting, a tough opponent, but I'm also expecting a tough Chivas.
Definitely so. Definitely so. I do believe it's a crossroads. It's a crossroads. We're going to see a different Chivas. Milito needs to make some tough decisions. It's going to happen. And I beg to differ. Well, it's not a Clásico. I agree with you. I'm not going to invent a name like El Clásico Joven or something like that. It's just that in the 70s and 80s, Chivas and Cruz Azul had some mega matches, man. They were the teams to watch, along with Pumas, if my memory doesn't fail me. Of course, America. But that was a really, really, really intense time. And Chivas and Cruz Azul, started to exchange players, because we have a similar way of looking at football. Yeah. The only difference is they have a cementera behind them. So there's a lot more money there, baby. Anyway, let's move on. Cruz Azul, Chivas at the Akron. I think the Akron's going to be packed. A reventar. And then after that, we're going to have a break. So, Milito and Profils have some time to fix
whatever needs to be fixed.
Whatever needs to be patched up. I was thinking, una limpia. I don't know. We got to do some anti-voodoo spray. I don't know. Something like that. But we got to start first with the good vibes. If we spread those good vibes, we spread them to our players, they will feel that. And you know what? I got to say, they're responsible players. They reacted. It was not what we expected, but at least we got the time, I liked their reaction. I did not go to sleep well, but I was satisfied. Yeah. I was satisfied. A couple beers helped me calm down, but I was satisfied. Estuvo muy padre. But anyway, let's move on. Where can we watch this match, my brother? Production. Moving in. Where to watch? Let's see. Liga MX Matchday 7, Saturday, August 30th, 7:07 Mexican Central Time. You guys do the math. I like that one, Gabi. I'm going to steal it. And you can watch this on the most Mexican or the most rayado of channels at Prime Video. Great commentary, great on-pitch and off-pitch delivery. I love it. If you guys don't have it, get it. It's worth it, man. If you don't have a chance to go, it's definitely worth it. And of course, our home away from home, Telemundo Deportes, La Casa de las Chivas. All right? Everybody out there, you got to watch. Don't be negative. I see some people out there, don't be divisive. Hey, keep the hate inside. We're going to win on Saturday. It's going to be a crazy match, and we're going to love it, man. And we're going to be talking about flowers and butterflies on next Wednesday. So there you go. Passing on the word. Gabriela, it's your turn, my friend. What do
It's
we
my
have to
turn.
expect? It is.
Turn. Okay, yeah, gladly. My pleasure. It's time to talk about Chivas Femenil, and I hope everybody watched the game yesterday against Rayadas, and a tough game, a very explosive game. We're going to talk about it in a minute. It was a 1-1 very early on, a goal against us from Rayadas. I think it was a very unfortunate play by our defense, and Blanca Feliz couldn't do much. And they were ahead of us very early on in the game. And then at the 86-ish minute mark, Adriana Boiturbide came through with the 1-1. But first, let's listen to the assistant coach, Francisco Fernandez, for some words.
Hola, buenas noches. Exacto, tranquilo no nos deja porque si ves el trámite del partido, realmente fue un error en transición y el juego se rompió en transiciones, pases, malos controles, viene derivado de un mal pase, un mal control y se vienen transiciones. Realmente no nos vamos contentos porque sentimos que en la segunda parte tuvimos opciones para marcar, pero bueno, sabemos que el fútbol es así. ¿Qué aspectos positivos? Bueno, que el equipo no dejó de luchar. Si te fijaste en el segundo tiempo, metimos prácticamente en su área a Rayadas, generando por ambas bandas, centros, lamentablemente no cayó el gol. La última jugada que tuvo Denise, tuvo frente al marco, te entraba sola Viri y bueno, ahí nos faltó creo que un poquito de comunicación, yo creo que es lo que rescatamos. Igual, como te repetí a tus compañeros, esperar un Chivas ordenado, que no deje de luchar hasta al final, trabajar el partido. Si bien Tigre es un equipo complicado, en nuestra casa somos fuertes y bueno, vamos a trabajarlo con la mejor intención para tratar de lograr los 3 puntos.
So yeah, full disclaimer, that was Francisco Fernandez, Chivas Femenil assistant coach, because as you can remember, el Mr. Antonio Contreras got a red card for that effusive celebration in Boyi's goal. So yeah, that's why he came to the press conference and explained. And yes, as we were saying, it was a defensive mistake, unfortunately. Blanca Feliz couldn't do much, and Rayadas went on and the score very early on. And it was an explosive game. We were talking about this and how tough Chivas Femenil's calendar was going to get through every week. And it was not exception. Every single game against Rayadas is very explosive. This one was at home, so that gave us a little bit of leverage and advantage regarding that we were at home, our fans, our house, our people. And yes, I don't think Rayadas presented too much either. I think just minutes after before their goal, Chivas was showing a lot of pressure, and Licha Cervantes actually had a couple of very good opportunities, and then came their goal. So a lot of things had to change inside the pitch. Again, la portera de Rayadas, as we always say, every single goalie that plays against Chivas and Chivas Femenil becomes a superhero, and it was no exception. And Licha Cervantes had at least a couple of balls that could have gone into the goal. As the coach was saying, Denise Castro also had one. And then when it was time to get into the substitutions, Adriana Boiturbide came in, and everything magically, as you would say in the Chivas universe, call 1-800-BOY, la doctora del gol, and she came through and she scored, because the first one, it was, again, the goalie, stopped that very clear goal from Boiturbide, but just a couple of minutes later, again, with Caro Jaramillo as an assistant, and she managed to score to complete that 1-1, which gave us currently 14 points in the general table and in the 7th position. So, okay, enough with my rambling. Guys, what do you guys think? And remember, we have a very tough match coming up next. So what do you guys think?
I got to say that we talked about this earlier. Exactly. We spoke about it. I think Fernandez gave a very good description, and he could have been talking about Chivas Varonil. It's that same sort of unforced errors that we keep committing, lack of concentration. We suffer de más, I mean, look at that. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
And we were good to come back. It was raining. Many people who were watching the match on TV weren't able to see that. It was raining, maybe not hard, but it was persistent. It makes it a little bit more difficult. There's a lot of stuff we could say about the pitch, the match. But I agree with Fernandez. The positive is that they never give up. You know, the negative is I think that maybe, our players, we need a little bit more substance in them. We need more from our players. And it's just something I think it's also part of a process. Got to keep on top of it. But I like.
Oh no. Hello? I think we lost Robert. Okay, it's okay. There you go. Go ahead, Alfredo. Yeah.
I have a fun fact regarding the Boy Turbide goal. Actually, she became the Chivas Femenil third all-time top scorer, equaling Ruby Soto with 33 goals. So we have that, of course, and as Robert was saying, it's the middle of let's say a renewal process for Chivas Femenil. It, also, the girls haven't lost in 11 straight matches, playing at Estadio Akron. So, that's also it. Just speaks about how the Akron it's such a fortress for Chivas Femenil. Pretty much the switch in the dynamic that the team has gone through lately has to do mostly with the hard time that they're having away from home, but it's a Chivas Femenil that unfortunately had that mistake, that unfortunate event in the middle of the match, and then we're seeing the goal. So it's just things that happen, things that take place. Of course, it will have been fantastic to add the 3 points and beat a team such as Rayadas, but the team is working, the team is going on, and it's just a matter of see how the season evolves.
Yeah, because again, and I am not getting tired of saying this because I want every single Chiva hermano and Chiva hermana out there to be aware that it's going to get tougher from here. We're facing Tigres Femenil on match week 9. So we had Rayadas, now then we have Tigres, and then we have America, and it's going to pack, the tougher challenges that are coming up next. I think what we saw yesterday from Chivas Femenil again was never giving up. Again, as Robert's words of the glass half full. It was a long period of time before Chivas managed to complete a place in the third quarter of the pitch. So, and just as Boyi came in, you could see the difference, not only in play but in motivation, so to speak. So I don't know if, I'm pretty sure Antonio Contreras is taking notes, of course. And I don't think Boy should have been that late into the game because we needed that structure. And she just came to shake the striker line up. So again, she was, oh no. Well, okay, let's go. We're flying solo right now, Alfredo, my friend. But yeah, it's getting tougher, and against Tigres, it's going to be extremely tough. They're the second place of the general table. It's always a tough match. We have huge history with them. They're playing well. They're doing their thing. Chivas is in this kind of roller coaster momentum where things sometimes go extremely well. Sometimes things don't go as well, and sometimes things go not good at all. So this is the time, again, where we should be seeing definite lineups. We've seen Gabi Valenzuela going all the way to the defense. We've seen her again in the midfield and even right up front. And I think it needs to be some kind of a more solid structure with our defensive line and our strikers. I think our midfield is okay. Yamile Franco and Caro Jaramillo are doing an exceptional job. But it should be more concerning what's going on in the defense side, and how should we place those, those players to get the best performance? Because unfortunately, Gabi being way back, she doesn't necessarily is a very defensive player, and you could see that with the goal against Rayados, the goal of Rayadas. What do you think about this, Alfredo?
Yeah, it's we've been having so many switches back there. and of course, there we have another occasion that Rayadas had. Of course, the quality that we have up front, it's is top notch. But in well, at the back we're still trying to figure it out. It's many times it's not a matter of who is there, but it's more of a matter of the girls understanding the entire defensive system. They say, of course, that the defense begins with the most high upward forward, while the offense begins with the goalkeeper, which is, of course, modern football. And let's just see how everything develops, because Tigres, it's gonna be a tough one. Tigres, we're playing at home, and and a half past 11 a.m. kickoff. So it's pretty much gonna be a noon match. Tigres against Chivas Femenil at Estadio Akron. The girls, are gonna have to show their best face against a team who is currently sitting second place of the general table, such as Las Felinas. They have 19 points. They have added up 19 points in the last 8 matches. Actually, Chivas Femenil it's only 5 points behind. So if we manage to defeat them, we will be only 2 points behind Tigres Femenil. Just speaking about how tight everything is at the top of the table. But as I was saying, it's 26 goals scored and only 4 against. That's a very interesting fact. With a goal difference of plus 22, the second best goal difference in the league, and the third team with the highest amount of goals scored. It's been 6 wins, 1 tie, and 1 loss for Las Felinas in this tournament. Their only loss took place against Pachuca at El Volcán, actually, so they're not that unbeatable. They actually lost at home. And what some of their most remarkable matches was a 7-0 road win against Querétaro.
Yes, yes. And remember, it's going to be at 11 a.m. on Sunday, August 31st. So please, if you're going, oh,
Right. Right. If you're going, just be cool with everyone, and of course, just really enjoy the match. I believe, it was recently announced that La Casa de las Chivas that La Casa de las Chivas in Mexico is Prime Video as well, and since we're playing at home, of course, you're gonna be able to watch the match Chivas Femenil against Tigres on the screen of Prime Video and also on Tubi in Mexico. In the United States, you know that it's been this way for a while. It's gonna be Telemundo, Telemundo Sports, all the Telemundo Sports apps. That's where to watch Chivas Femenil against Rayadas on
Tigres
Sunday.
on week 9.
Yeah. What have you heard about Tigres, Gavin? What's buzzing about Las
I mean,
Felinas?
listen, I just know that they're tough. And I just know that every time they face Chivas, it is not a clásico, it is not a derby. You will call it whatever you want, but it's always those matches where you just want to win. There's so much history between Tigres and Chivas Femenil in just 8 years of Liga MX Femenil. And I have to confess that I am not very full aware of what. I just know they're in the second place. They're doing well. That just tells me that they're doing well and that we need to beat them. We're already on week 9. There's so few points between second, first, third, fourth, fifth. It's not that hard, and it's
Yeah.
extra upsetting, if you allow me the expression, because with Rayadas we could have gained those 3 points and be some maybe aspiring at some more and be just so more relaxed against the Tigres Femenil. But it's a game that we need to win in order to keep adding points to the table. And again, it's at home. Remember, it's in Prime Video and Tubi and Telemundo in the United States. Remember to go Sunday. It's an ideal hour, 11 a.m. And there we go. Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, this is a graphic. This is exactly where you can watch the game on week 9. of Liga MX Femenil. Chivas Femenil against Tigres Femenil, Sunday, August 31st at 12 p.m. No, I think this is 11 p.m. 11 a.m. I'm sorry. But if you are in a different time zone, you know what to do. Do the math. In Mexico, you can watch through La Señal Más Rojiblanca, Prime Video, and Chivas TV, also La Señal Más Rojiblanca de Chivas TV, and in the United States a través de Telemundo Deportes, la casa de las Chivas en los Estados Unidos. So there you go. Sunday, Chivas against Tigres Femenil. And Alfredo, this is yours.
Yes, we're having El Tapatío action this weekend, concretely on Friday evening. So it's match day 5 for El Tapatío. The guys are gonna try to come back to the winning ways after tying against Leones Negros. It's been 2 straight winningless games for El Tapatío after winning the first 2 games after kicking off the tournament with perfect record. It's been after that 1 tie and 1 loss for El Tapatío. So after 2 matches, they're gonna try to come back to the winning ways, as I was saying. And it's against Atlante, un histórico del fútbol mexicano, a historical team. And as I was saying, kickoff is scheduled for 5 p.m. Central Mexican time on the screen of AYM Sports. AYM Sports. And that's Tapatío against Atlante. And hopefully the guys get the win. Right now, El Tapatío is sitting still with a very decent position on the regular table. It's 4th place with 7 points. As I was saying, 2 wins, 1 tie, 1 loss, 7 goals scored and 5 against, with a +2 goal difference for El Tapatío. Let's see, Miro Moragrega score again. Let's see, how the team of Arturo Ortega keeps playing. If Sergio Aguayo is going to keep coming from the bench, how Ariel Castro develops, how that back line works out with Delgadillo, with Abraham Villegas, who are the usual ones, lately incorporated Francisco Mendez. Let's see how Saul Zamora moves the ball. However, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to play, just because he came out early during the match against Leones Negros. Hopefully it's nothing big. But yeah, that's going to be Tapatío on Friday, match week 5.
And I really like Atlante. I don't know about you and everybody in the chat, but a long time ago, probably a lot of you don't remember this, but of course Atlante was in the 1st division, and it was a huge team, and my mom is actually an Atlante fan, so I really wish they could be back in Primera División. But yeah, that's a whole different conversation. So let's invite people to the transmission of Sub 21, Alfredo.
Yes, we have the under 21 and the under 19 as well, with action this weekend. They both lost, unfortunately, in their visits to Cholos. However, we have 5 rojiblancos de selección called for the Mexico under 18 friendly matches that they will be disputing in Spain. We're speaking about Cristo Navarrete, Carlos Hernandez, Johan Orozco, Samir Inda, and Santiago Sandoval. They will be playing 4 matches with Mexico under 18. They're going to be disputed at the Basque Country against Baracaldo, Santuchu, Athletic Club, and Real Sociedad. So that's going to be the Basque tour for the Mexico under 18 team, and the 5 rojiblancos de selección for the occasion, as I said earlier, are Cristo Navarrete, Carlos Hernandez, Johan Orozco, Samir Inda, and Santiago Sandoval. Of course, the subs, since they will be playing at Verde Valle this Saturday when they receive Cruz Azul, those matches are always right here in the Chivas YouTube channel, the Chivas official YouTube channel, where you are watching us at the moment. That's gonna be in the morning. We're gonna have both the under 21 and the under 19 right after the other. There we go. Match day 7 of the under 21 tournament, Chivas against Cruz Azul. Of course, if it's in the Chivas YouTube channel, it's also on Chivas TV. So count with that. Kickoff at 9 a.m. Central Mexican time.
Amazing, amazing. So there you have it, Chiva Hermanas and Chiva Hermanos. We did not give score predictions because we don't want to do that without Robert Amorelli. But I mean, if we can say so, we just hope that every single Chivas Femenil, Chivas and Tapatio can get those wins against Atlante, Cruz Azul, and Tigres Femenil. So yeah, there you have it. And thank you so much, everybody, for showing up in the comment section and let us know what you think and giving us feedback all the way for this season 6 of We Go To Live. Alfredo, we're leaving.
We're leaving, Chiva Hermanos. It's always a pleasure to be here with you guys. Hello to everyone on the comment section. And as Gabby was saying, hopefully it's a weekend packed with red and white wins. And I hope to see you next week right here at 5 p.m. Central Mexican time, as usual.
And on behalf of the production of Chivas TV, my hosts and my co-hosts, Alfredo Rodriguez, Roberto Marelli, and myself, Gabriela Silva, thank you so much for watching We Go To Live, and we will see you next week. Y arriba las Chivas. Bye.